Okay, guys, this is going to be a little different. This isn't anything traumatic brain injury related. No TBI advocating. So this is out of the normal. We're going to do a little breather for any of you traumatic brain injury survivors who are watching this. Because I have students who are students that I substitute that are subscribed to this channel. And I also thought that this would also be a nice relaxation for you survivors that are subscribed to this, to get a nice breather from all the what I call Coronaville, and what's everyday yikes for us that live with TBI, and what we have to go through, and everything. Let's see if you can see my both arms. Get this right. There. Okay. Oh, that big trophy back there, that's my 15-year trophy from dance. That's what the big trophy back there is. That's my proudest possession. Okay, so anyways, this is about the comics that I'm writing for my students. I'm not a teacher, by the way. I'm just a substitute. And at the rate with this coronavirus and everything, I'm not going to be able to go back and substitute until they get a vaccine and everything. And even when they do get a vaccine, I really don't know if I question if I'll be able to go back and substitute because of how I get sick. It's bad. My emotions, that'll lead to another downfall, so it's scary outcome. Okay, so what the comics that I'm going to go ahead and get this so I can kind of get, I'm not going to read it to you guys, but so just in case I want to get into somewhere and go into reading some stuff and everything. I'm growing up very big comic book nerd. Spider-Man, Superman, Batman. Let's see here. I don't remember the Green Arrow, but when that came on TV, I was invested in it and everything. But I was more into Star Wars, Star Trek, Indiana Jones. Let's see what else. Okay, what this series is going to be, my students have gotten a kick out of it. If you want, and I said I'm not a teacher, but if you want to know why I call them my students, it's because they really embraced me as a teacher, and when they saw my side effects kick in and how bad it infected me, they started asking questions about what I had, what I did when they kicked in, and how they could help me. They started asking more questions about my brain injury, and they really became my advocates at work. And and when my side effects kicked in, they were like, Ms. Allie, you sit down, we're going to help you teach. So that's why I call them my students. So this series is going to be Star Wars meets Men in Black meets Karate Kid. I usually end up forgetting one of those ones. The the characters for the comics, they're all, let's put it this way, they're all inside jokes that I have with the students and I. It's the comics that I'm writing, it's more or less going to be my way of saying thank you to the students at Stillwater Public Schools. And the comic series is only, I'm wanting it to be only for Stillwater Public Schools, for the Stillwater area, to be, so that way it can be something to give the students inspiration and to really get them driven to do well in school and, you know, kind of career driven and everything in writing and that whole gist. And if they want to help write, if they're in high school or middle school, which is what I substituted at and everything, they could help submit ideas. They have an art class. They can help draw characters, because I don't want any fancy artist drawing the characters. I want my students drawing the characters for this. The additional writers. And I want my students being the additional writers. The editors for the books, I want to be not only the juniors and seniors at the high school, but I also want to be the teachers to help, you know, show them where the corrections are and everything, and kind of show them how it's done for the English teachers to do that and so forth. And now as we get into the characters, I'm not going to get into every individual character that's on the next page, but the whole gist is there's Agent Allie, aka Ms. Allie as she's known in the community. Then there's now once the kids get up to a certain age, they can enter pre-K, or what's known as pre-K, and they enter the school. And what did I think the school was named? Cravata. I think that's why I named it in the story and everything. But and there's no there. Would you stop doing the stupid thingamajig tablet? My tablet's acting weird. But essentially, instead of having grades, we're going to have animals. It's going to be like little animal bands. So the students can have, you students can help me decide how they're going to like transform or whatever. Because the first is Tasmanian devils. The next is chimpanzee. And any of you Skyliners, any of you that had me at sub at Skyline Elementary, if you remember the pre-K through 5th grade nicknames I had, you can help me kind of fine-tune, because I just kind of made these up. I know Tasmanian Devils was the nickname I had for pre-K. And I think that's the only one that Tasmanian Devils was for pre-K, and I know I had chimpanzee for one of the classes, one of the grades, but I don't remember which grade, but I've got it for the kindergarten, but I don't think I nicknamed the kindergarten as chimpanzee. So, but that's what kindergarten is. Then the next is sloth, then the next is meerkat, then the next is fox, then the next is snow leopard, then the next is lynx, then the next is... Now we're getting into the ones that I do have, that I would... The present day if any of you guys have read the book Outsiders, then this is where the next two grades are going to come in. 6th and 7th grade. And those who are in middle school here in Stillwater, they've gotten the whole joke. 6th grade are... I don't even remember how to pronounce this. I don't know if it was Souls or... All I know it was S-O-L-S. I don't remember how it was pronounced. One of my students told me, and because I substituted 8th grade one day, and I asked, and they told me, and I can't remember. Then the next grade is Outsiders. Then, next one, 8th grade, Chihuahuas. 9th grade, Aliens. Then going up, Gremlins. Next one, Rabid Raccoons. Final one, Python. Okay, and for the, ew, yikes, my foot's falling asleep. Okay, there's going to be a period where there was big long wars, for 10 years, and the whole thing is going to be called Golem War for the whole 10 years. That's what it was called. But each year was named something war. And I went and I looked up names for aliens. So that was one idea. And then another idea was I went and I looked up wrestler names. Sorry, I grew up on the WWE. So it was either alien names or WWE wrestlers. I don't know if any of them were WWF. It was either WWF or WWE wrestlers. They were wrestlers, that's all there is to it. So, oh, the dance picture you see behind in the red outfits, that was the Devil Went Down to Georgia, by the way. Year 1, Corbin War. And no, it was not named after whoever. It was an alien. Seriously, it was an alien name that popped up. It was the alien name that popped up. And so I picked it. And besides, I knew you guys would crack up by me picking out that name. 2, Swag War. 3, Rebel War. 4, Wahoo War. Now it's making me think of that game I grew up playing. 5, Zorg War. 6, Carnage War. 7, Norway War. 8, Tiber War. 9, Roland War. 10, Goldberg War. Hold it. Gotta say it right. Goldberg War. Couldn't get that B in there. See, and there's going to be, the next page I've got a whole list of characters, and there's a whole bunch. And see, with the bunch of comics that I'm working on, for the first set that's going in, it's just got just going to be working with this. And then in the next comic, we can bring in more characters or whatever. And I'll just write them down, and we can just kind of go from there. We can kind of discuss how you guys want to do this, how you want me to where you want me to post the characters I've got named. This what I've got going. We've got, and you can go read what I've got written up. I've got the name of the rooms, I've got all 9 planets nicknamed as something else. I mixed them up. I mixed up the planets like with each other's names and stuff, or with other names, or I just was like looking around my living room and mixed it up with words. So I came up with really weird names. Aliens are called skunkards. They're from the planet Greenlish. The community is going to be called Piner. Kind of taking off pioneers. Let's see. You know how in the movie Star Wars it opened up with this whole long intro that said whatever, and said what was going on. Well, that's how the comic series is going to start out and everything. So it's George Lucas inspired for the intro to the comics. It's in a community far off. There lived a secret society nobody knew about. It was a society everybody knew never to speak of, for if you did, there would be unspeakable shame that would fall upon you. There seemed to be this unsaid secret alliance amongst people who lived in the society. In this society, there were ranks such as you would find in the military, and boy, did they start out young. They started them out as soon as they hit the pre-K, or you could change it to something else if you guys wanted to. And they were ever so intently loyal to their fearless leader, Agent Allie, who by day was known only to the public as Ms. Allie. But there was a rarity in the school, and it was thanks to Ms. Allie. Once upon graduation, the student could become a full-fledged agent and join Crabata. I was right. That was the name. But if not, they were more than welcome to join civilian life, rejoin family, friends they had there, and the previous memories would fade away of being part of Crabata. So, there's that. Okay. And, there's gonna be like galaxies and everything. Like the galaxy, instead of it being the Milky Way or whatever, it's going to be the rainbow stars. And instead of it being planet Earth, it's going to be known as see if I can pronounce. However, I like Jupiter. It's crazy and Jupiter put together. Because everything's crazy here, and I just decided to put Jupiter together with it. And I don't know how we want to fit this in there, and you guys can fit how you guys want to put this in. But for 10 years, skunkards have been living among us. We have known this. So a secret society was created to protect the planet, Jupiter. But they would start when the child was 4 years old. The resistance had a leader, Ms. Allie, amongst civilians. She had made it to where, once they graduated Venture, yeah, I'll have to go. No. I think I'll have to go down and erase some parts. Some things I've got up. Oh well. You guys can go look for me if I need to. Graduate Venture, they could either become a civilian or stay and enroll in Council Alliance to further their training with Krabata. Oh. Okay. And then Allie and JT, that's going to be sidekick / husband. They're going to be the two fearless leaders for the the colony or whatever. Last of their kind, and they're going to be kind of like a mixture of cranes and cobras, like top half crane and bottom half cobra. On their home planet, Allie and JT worked in separate departments, but JT discovered... I think when I made up these words, I should have figured out how to pronounce them. Garisi were taking over leadership one by one. Allie was the only one he could trust. They fled before it was too late and found sanctuary with the Crane and Cobra families, gained their trust, and became Connie and Cassie's parents, friends and allies of the two families. Oh. This is going to focus on, the series is going to focus on education, teamwork, and family. I got leaders names for the planets already. And like the I forgot what I was going to say. So, I've got, see if I can go into that portion. So, you don't find out immediately in the story once you go to the website and you start reading it. You don't go immediately and find out that Agent Allie is the adopted parent of Cassie and Connie. You'll find out eventually reading into it and everything. You just find out Cassie and Connie are her two best agents. And see, well, I'm not going to tell you that because, well, that's just kind of spoiling a lot. There's some military jokes in there. I couldn't resist. For the prime reason, Dad's in the Army, Uncle's in the Marine. The other uncle started in the Air Force, then retired in the Army. So, I think you might want to go read now. It's just little silly wisecracks. And just, they're just little silly wisecracks, so I'm not going to take it any further than what needs to be taken. They're just like silly wisecracks that someone that's a child of the armed forces would say or do. Yeah, guys, definitely might want to go read it because one of the Garisi have snuck into Council Alliance, and I've yet to figure out what I want to do with that, and they've gotten their allies from the beginning of the Golem Wars to come meet with them in the secret hiding spot they're in. And so I'm not going to kind of mess with what's going to go on and what should occur with the Gurasi, and everything as far as the excitement and action. I'll let you students give me some ideas and send me some storylines and send me some stuff. And what I thought about doing is if I get like a whole bunch of, like if you guys start writing me some stuff, and start writing the stories and so forth, I will put your story on there, and I will put who it was, I'll put like at the bottom or top, who it was written by. But if I choose not to put the whole thing on there, it might be because one of your schoolmates had something that would more fittingly go and start it with it, and what you had might be better suited for down the road and would fit with a portion of something else, because I'm going to be reading everything that I get. Of course, it's going to be interesting when I don't have a printer at home, which really sucks, not having a printer at home. Because I really would need a printer at home, but I really, really do want you guys to submit me your ideas and email me your thoughts and stuff. And if I just start getting a lot of ideas and everything, I'll just create a different email or something. I'm not answering because I'm just looking. Yep, there's not much really more to add to that. So I will figure out what to do stuff like that. Of course, I also want whatever you guys submit to me and that we get started working on. I want this, if we can get it worked out and everything, I want it to help you guys with your schoolwork, however we can get this worked out and everything. I want it to help you with your school, and I want it to help you with your job applications, so your employers can see, you know, how well you write and stuff. Like if you were going to go apply for a newspaper or something else that would require writing and so forth. So that is all from Miss Allie here, and I hope you guys are staying safe. You are doing wonderful, and go Pioneers. Peace. Actually, go Pokes.